Hi, I want to do this video and I want to call it the recovery challenge. I want to do the recovery challenge because there have been so many challenges, the ice bucket challenge, this challenge, that challenge, but I want this to be the recovery challenge. I want to do this because I've been seeing a lot of the news. I live in Staten Island, and not only here in Staten Island, but I've seen news around the country how many people have died of overdose, of heroin overdose. And as a recovering alcoholic, I know the difficulties that is to stop. First and foremost, I want to tell you a little bit about me, and then I will go into a little bit more details and why I want this. I want this to be this challenge. This challenge is going to be simple. It's going to be. I want you to tell your story. Whether it's a concise story or it's a long story, it doesn't matter. When it's that you tell your story, and in that story you show it. In that story, you know, I want you to tell it. And in that story, I want you to challenge someone to tell their story. And if you don't have a story because you're not an addict or you're not an alcoholic, and then you can make the video and direct it or send it to someone that you really care about and let that person see it. I started drinking when I was 16 years old. I'm 45 now. I'll be 46 in November. I'm 45. And I've been drinking since I was 16 years old. And I was drinking, in New York, I was drinking basically beer. And I didn't drink because my father was an alcoholic. I didn't drink because my mom used to drink, or, she used to like to drink in the weekends. Or I didn't drink into that. I drank because I enjoy to drink, And as the years passed by, I put it into my head, I believe that in order for me to function, I had to have a drink. And for me to talk to a woman, I had to have a drink. For me to go to a job interview, I had to have a drink. So everything surrounded myself with a drink. I woke up in the morning, I brushed my teeth, I had to eat, I had to have a beer on me. If not, I get the shakes. And it became a part of my life, the drinking. I concocted the idea that alcoholism was me, that I was an alcoholic. Well, not I concocted the idea that I was an alcoholic. I was an alcoholic. I always accepted the fact that I was an alcoholic. I never denied that I wasn't an alcoholic, but I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed drinking it. I enjoyed, no matter what happens, I enjoyed it. And as time went by, the shakes was getting worse. I caught a seizure. Because I was detoxing by myself. I detoxed. The first time was because I got in trouble with law and I was in jail. And that day, September 11th, 2000, and right on the Twin Towers, when that happened, I got in my first seizure. And that was one of two more to come because I had stopped. Well, I had two. I'm sorry, not three. I had two, and the other one was on my daughter's birthday. And that got me a little bit scared because the doctor said it the second time, Jill, if you keep this up, the third one could kill you. But that scared me, but it still didn't scare me to the point that it didn't scare me straight. I continued doing what I was doing, and I did shakes and stuff like that. After I got the shakes, I started hearing voices. I'll tell you no lies. I started hearing voices. I thought I heard a worm in my ear, and the worm was talking to me. And I remember telling my friend Robert, I said, "Hey Robert, these worms are talking to me." And in my head, these worms were telling me, "Giovanni, why do you drink? Why you don't stop drinking? You should stop." Not knowing this is my conscious talking to me, and I'm hearing this voice. I'm telling you, I'm hearing these voices. And I tell my friend, look, I'm hearing his voices. And my mom said, yo, Robert, take you home, make sure he goes home safe. And that still didn't scare me. It scared me maybe when I didn't drink, I was like, I didn't hear the voices. It came to a time that I was at my mother's house. And I felt that these worms were coming at me and they were attacking me. And I took, I had my tongue like this. And I took a knife and I cut her hair, all of it. And I was like, I gotta go to the hospital. These guys are killing me. That's how bad it was, but yet I still kept on drinking, and that's the whole thing. Also, it also happens with people with heroin. And when they try to stop, when you stop on your own, it's hard. I did it on my own, and I thank God for that. People do need help. People do need help, and but I did it on my own. I've been 4 years sober now. But anyway, going back, and that still didn't stop me, and I just kept on. I kept on drinking, and when I was in Puerto Rico, I was for 14 years in Puerto Rico. I drank every day, but I didn't drink alcohol. I mean, I didn't drink beer. I drank alcohol because here in New York, the beer would cost me 50 cents, $1, so I can get $2 or $3, you up $2 or $3, buy me a 6-pack, and then the whole thing about it is then once that 6-pack is gone, you're like, oh, you're thirsty for more. You're like, oh, where am I gonna get the money? I never stole for it. I'm like, where am I gonna get the money? So I always try to leave a beer for a reserve for the following day. Then I can go outside and get some money, stuff like that. That's how life was, And I've made that part of my life for 25 years, from 16 to 42. No, 42, no, until 40, I'm sorry, 41. And I made that a part of my life. I 25 years, I said, I can't work without alcohol. I can't talk to someone without alcohol. I can't do this without alcohol. And I went through a lot. I lost my daughter. I went to jail. Well, how many jail? It wasn't because of alcohol. It was just I had a psychotic ex-girlfriend, but that's a whole different video. But I still, I needed that drink, and came June 1st. I've always stopped drinking for a few months. In 2012, when I met my daughter for the first time in 16 years, I had stopped. At that time, I had stopped drinking for 10 months, and I've tried twice before. I had stopped, and in the 10th month, I pick up. I don't know why. And I told them when I met my daughter, I picked up that same day that I met her, but she didn't know. And I just kept on for another year. And then came June 1st of 2013, and I said, this is it. I'm going to stop. And I told my wife, just watch me. That if I get a seizure, just take me to the hospital. But I just go. And my first, I was petrified to get to that 10th month, because I was like, this 10th month is always the bummer. And I said, if I can get past this 10th month, then I'll be okay. And I did that. And I came to the 10th month. I was nervous. I was really nervous. I was nervous for 30 days. And then in my mind, something clicked. And then after the 30 days was over, and I went to my 11th, I said, I'm free. I let that, whatever that was holding me in that 10th month, whatever it was, I let it go. And I said, never again will I pick up. And it's been like that. I work as a waiter, as a food and beverage manager. I serve drinks. I make drinks. I don't have that urge to drink anymore. You could be drinking in front of me, that doesn't bother me. I don't want to drink, I don't like to use the word alcoholism as a disease, because it's not a disease. It's something that I chose to have. A disease is cancer. Lupus is a disease, that's something that you get. Alcoholism or heroin addicts, this is not a disease that we have. It's something, it's an addiction that we ourselves acquired, and it's hard. It's really hard. It's not easy. I've seen people with kicking heroin without meds, and that's hard. And just like an alcoholic, it's hard without equilibrium, or and just shakes, and you're so, everything you do, you're shaking like this, and you don't want it. Then they give you a plate of food, and you don't want it because it's not, you don't have the stomach for it. You throw up. So I know how it is, and this is why I say we need to do this recovery challenge, because there's too many people dying out there with heroin overdose, and the young kids who are plagued by, I don't know what it is. You know how it is. I don't believe that's that. So once you start smoking weed, you go to other stuff. No, I have friends that smoke weed for all their lives, and they never touch coke, they never touch heroin. That's just a choice that you make. You're around people and you wanna hang out. Because I did coke Okay, it's not a habit that I did it, but I did coke and when I did coke for 3 fucking months. I spent like $100 a day, but I was making good money. But that coke, but when I realized, like, I'm doing coke and I'm doing this just to do. I want to get that first feeling that I first got. So you keep doing line after line after line, thinking that you're gonna get that feeling, but you never do. So you're wasting your money. So I said, this is a waste of money. After 3 months, I'm like, no, I'm not. And coke wasn't my thing. So that's what heroin do. And once you get addicted to it, it's kind of hard to stop. Even though it's deep down inside, they want to stop, but it's hard. And sometimes you gotta take drastic measures to make them stop. I had my uncle, my parents back, my family, back in the 70s, took my uncle to be an alcoholic. They tied him up to his bed and left him there for a week. Without drinking. They gave him food, but no drinking. Thank God. To this day, that was in the 70s, to this day, he doesn't drink. My father was an alcoholic, and to the end, he stopped. And he's been 20 years sober. So it's hard. It's not impossible, but it's hard. We gotta take away the stigma. Psychiatrists give you all this crap that it's a disease. It's not a disease. We have mental issues that when we get, it's like you drinking coffee. You drink coffee every day. You're addicted to coffee. Is that a disease? No, it's an addiction. You're addicted to cigarettes. So it's the same thing. You're an alcoholic. You're addicted to alcohol. You're a heroin addict. You're addicted to heroin. It's just something that is easy to get hooked on, but it's hard to get hooked off. To get off, because it's overpowering. That's all you think about, because that's all I thought about was alcohol. That's all you think about, that you need and you want, and you go through any extreme just to get that high. And when the doctor tells you, "Oh, this is a disease you have," no, you don't have a disease. What you have is that you have an addiction, you have an alcohol problem, you have a drug problem, and you need to address it. The first address is that you have. The first thing that person needs to do is you have to. I accepted that I was an alcoholic, and I accepted that I needed help. We all get help differently. A higher power is depending on who you are, what you believe in. I believed in God, and I put my faith in God. But I put my faith in God, but I did the steps. God wasn't going to leave me, take me, hey, dude, no, that's not the way it works. You got to put in the footwork, and that's the way it is. You gotta want. You're gonna have to want it, basically. You get tired of drinking, you get tired of drugging, you get tired of, you're always broke, you're always in jail because you're stealing, you stole a petty shit, you sold something for $10 and sell it for $5, you said you can get a hit. When you get old, you look at it, and you see all these kids, I saw this girl today in the newspaper. Her mother had to take her out for life support, 22 years old, because she OD'd of heroin. I had a friend that OD'd in my car, heroin. And it's sad. It's sad. So like I said, so when doctors tell you it's a disease, no, it's not a disease. It's an acquired taste, so to speak. It's you took a hit one time and you liked it and you kept on. So now that you got that taste and you gotta find a way to get away from it. I don't believe in triggers. When a psychiatrist tells you, this could trigger you. When you tell someone you got triggers, you're giving that person a pillow to fall on. You're giving that person a pillow to say, it's okay to relapse. It's okay to do this because, I can get back up. It's not okay. No, it's not okay. You cannot relapse. I've had a lot of things in my head. I had a lot in these 4 years. I've had a lot of things going on in my life that I can't even put in this video. And not once did I say I'm going to drink. Not once did I say I need to drink. Not once did I say, I'm so. This is so wrong. You did me so wrong. No, I made up my mind that no matter what happens, I'm not going to pick up. No matter what. So I don't believe in triggers. Triggers, like I said, doctors tell you that because they want, to trigger you. You don't have to see a psychiatrist no more. He doesn't give you the medication. Then you do a trigger, you got to go see him, so he gets paid more. But there is no trigger. You're the trigger. That word trigger is a trigger. And I stopped for 4 years, and I've been sober ever since. But it's been a long battle. It has not been easy. it's now. I mean, when I was drinking, I used to get jobs like crazy, and now being sober, it's kind of hard to get a job. I don't know why, but maybe because I'm not focusing no more on wanting the little things because I want to get satisfied to working. Okay, if I work at this, I don't care because I get paid at the end of the week, and I want to. I'm at the end of the week. I'm gonna get my money, and I'm gonna get drunk, even though I was drunk then. But it's not like that anymore. It comes a point in your life that you say enough is enough, and that's what I did. I said enough is enough. I just can't stand. I cannot stand this. I cannot be like this. This is not me. I was not born with beer with me. I was not born with alcohol. You know, so I just got tired of being tired, and that's what I believe that everyone should do. You get tired of being tired. If you seek help, every rehab works. You just gotta put in the work. Everything you just gotta put in the work. You go to a detox. You detox for 28 days. You've been an addict for 20 years. 28 days. It's not gonna do you any good. You need a longer rehab. Some people need treatment for the rest of their lives. Some people need treatment for a year or two. Until they get together, until they get their minds. Once you realize that you have a problem and that you need help, and then that's the first step. It's acknowledging that you have a problem, acknowledging that you do need help, because we all do. I just didn't seek it because I didn't want to go through AA or NA or anything like that. That's not me. But some people do. Some people need it. And I applaud them. The point is to get the help. The point is to get out. It's to get out and have your experience to teach other kids or to teach other people how to get out too. And this is what the recovery challenges is for about. I don't have no one to challenge, but I'm going to challenge you, whoever watched this video, who has someone who is fighting this dreadful, heroin addiction or alcohol addiction or whatever addiction it is that they have, and let them know, give them a hug and know that you love them, that you're there for them. Because a lot of people say, once an addict, always an addict. Once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. That's not true. I stopped drinking, so that doesn't make me an alcoholic. That means I stopped. I'm a new person. And God says that once you turn your life over to God, everything that you have done has gone away. Right? It's God. This is my God. I don't know how you guys do it. This is my God. This is what the Bible says. So, if I drank and I stopped drinking from the moment I stopped drinking, that's it. I don't want to hear, once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. No. Because I'm not going to be that weak-minded that I'm going to let that ride in my head and say, okay, you know what? He said once an alcoholic, I'm supposed to keep on drinking because that's all I'm going to be the rest of my life. And no, I'm not. Once I stopped drinking, I became a new man. I became a new me. I became the Jill that was years ago before alcoholism even touched them. And this is what I want you, everyone, every man, every woman, every teenager that's going through this, man. If you stop, all those people that you dealt with, that those people that are your friends that are heroin addicts and alcoholics, you need to get away from them. Like it says, you need to get away from people, places, and things. You need to start over. If, like I said, do not let that word trigger in your head. That does not exist. If you think that something is going to bother you, pick up a phone, call someone, do something that it'll occupy your mind. Whatever it is, play chess, do anything that you like, except to pick up. It is very important, because when we're out there, some of our family members are suffering too, because they're looking at us going like this all the time, So we're drunk, and I'm gonna be crying. Oh, why you laughing, Mildred? Why? They suffer because they see the person that they love is deteriorating right before their own eyes, and they don't seek help. They don't seek help. But the thing is that the other person doesn't see that it's hard to seek help when you're addicted. When you have that addiction with you that you doesn't want to let you go. You gotta be stronger than that. You have to be more. You have to be more constructive in your thinking. You have to be more intuitive. You have to know, you have to know when people want you, because misery loves company. When people see you doing good, and those people that are taking heroin, they're like, "Hey, Gio, what's up? How you doing? Blah 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 blah. Yo, you got a dollar, man? No, I don't got a dollar. I got $20 in me, but I'm not gonna give you a dollar so you can get high. Come to me, say that you're hungry, and I'll feed you, but I'm not gonna support your habit. And they be like, but you say, oh, but you had a habit too. But I had a habit. And that's what I want. I want America. I want America to wake up. I want America. I want there should be more fundings, and there should be more hospitals willing to take addicts in. And we need this because this epidemic of heroin overdose it's bad, and alcoholism is you see people. People don't think. They drink and they drive, and drinking and driving causes death, causes accidents. If you drink, why don't you just leave your house keys and take an Uber, or have a friend drive you, or just sleep in your car. You know how hard it is to wake up and to know that you killed someone because you drank? Me personally, that in my conscience, that would kill me. We have to act responsible. We have to as people, we have to be more caring. We have to be more sympathetic. Funding is a big part of it. But yet you have to want that part also that tells that person, let me get you help, or let's seek help, or because a lot of people just don't know how to get help, or they do get help and then they figure, I don't want this for me. Some people just go to rehab, they stay clean for 28 days, they come back out, they do the same thing all over again. Did the rehab fail? No, they failed because they went inside with a bad mindset. I'm gonna go here just to detox for a while. But when you're truly thinking about it, just go for it. And parents, if you have your kids who are addicted, take them to a doctor. I don't know how the laws are in some states, but in some states you can have your kid admitted into a rehab. I'm in Puerto Rico. You make your kid, you go to the court, and the court, you tell them, my kid's an addict, is an addict, and even though sometimes it works and sometimes it don't, because when my probation wasn't putting me in detox or me to go to rehab, I only went to rehab because he ordered me to, and not because I wanted to. But I said, I'll do it, blah, 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 but I didn't go with it full heart. In Puerto Rico, I went into a rehab on my own. Because I said I needed a rehab, I need to detox, I need to get away from this all. Because I was, mentally I was killing myself. And that's how the process started, by me admitting my own self. And some of us don't have that courage. Some of us don't have that mentality. Okay, I want to admit. No, they don't have that because you're so stuck. And that's when we, the family, that's when we come in and we say, you know what? Let's go in. I'll go in with you. We can do this together. I got you. Family support is a thing. Don't ever tell someone, oh, you're an addict. You're all you're gonna be is an addict. That's all you go. That's all you are. No, you don't do that. You embrace that person. You have sympathy. You grab that person. You hold them and you squeeze him and hug him and say, "You're my son. You're my daughter. I'm not gonna let you do this to yourself. Let's not scream. Tender love. Let's do this. Let's get you the help that you need." That's a lot. Some may go for it. I would say 6 out of 10 people, or 7 out of 10 people that you do that to will go because you're showing them affection. Most of these people that I see are screaming at the kids, you're no good, you're not about an alcoholic, you're not gonna amount to nothing, you're gonna be just like your dad was an addict, and blah 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 blah. You're adding fuel to the fire. That person's gonna say, well, my mom says this, or my aunt says that, or my friend says this, so it's true. And you don't need that. So I need you guys to embrace that person. That's my challenge, is to take someone that you love I challenge you to take someone that you love, hug them and squeeze them and tell them, yo, you don't need this drug. Make the effort, make the effort. Call your detox centers around you. Call rehab centers around you, and let that person know. You know what? We're gonna do this together. We're gonna take baby steps. We're gonna do it because you know why? Because I love you. You're my friend. I love you. You're my son. I love you. You're my daughter. I love you. You know, that's how it starts. Not antagonizing, not belittling people. That is, empathy. It's the biggest thing here. That's what everybody don't seem to have, because they see an addict in the street. I just an addict. No. The city. Me personally, if I would have been in the city, I would have taken that addict and I would have placed him in detox no matter what. It's just not violating. People say, "Oh, violating civil rights," But who knows? Maybe by me taking that person into that detox and giving him a psych evaluation, maybe I can save that person's life. You gotta stop thinking about, my civil rights here, my civil rights there. There are things that you have. There are things that need to be done, that have to be done. So that is the challenge. My challenge to you guys is to take someone that you love that's having a problem right now, that has an addiction right now. Let them know that you're there with them. Let them know that together, you guys can do this. That together, you guys are invincible. Say, I love you. And no matter what, we're going to work this out. And that's the key part, is to give that person that love and that caring that person needs. Because, in honesty, when you're in that world, if you have not been in that world, a psychiatrist cannot tell you this, but if you have not been in that world, you don't know how lonely it is. You don't know how dark it is. You're in a world where you're always drunk. You're in a world where you're always high. You don't know what's going to happen. Some people do it because they're lonely. Some people do it because of attention. But for whatever reason it is, we don't judge, just help. The person says, some people don't want to help. What they do, they just don't know how to reach out because they're so stuck in it. But if you tell that person, I'm with you. Let's do this together. I love you. And it will work. Trust me, it will. And that's my challenge for you guys. Take someone that you love. That's an addict. I don't care what kind of addiction it is. If it's heroin, if it's PCP, if it's methamphetamine, if it's alcohol, have that person, hug them, and let them know that you're there for them. That's the challenge. Let's not forget them. Let them know that they mean something to you. Let them know that you love them. Let them know that you are their world. That you are their world. Their world. That you're everything to them. They're everything to you. And let them know that you really do love them. I cannot emphasize the word love and care and share and all that kind of good stuff that comes with it, right? Because it's very important. So, that's what I gotta do. That's my challenge for you guys. Do that. Hug that person. Love that person. Go to a detox and hey, you know what? I'm even here to challenge you, wherever state you're in, wherever you guys are. If you guys find no detox, or you're having a hard time finding detox, let me know. Comment below. Let me know where you're from, and I will try to find you a rehab, or I'll try to find you a detox in the area that you're at. Okay? And just like I said, one day at a time. This is the way I do it. I do it one day at a time. I don't think about tomorrow. I didn't think about yesterday. I think about today. I wake up every morning and I say to myself, today I'm not picking up. No matter what happens, I'm not picking up. But what if tomorrow? No. What if if your mom dies today? No, I'm not picking up. I'm sorry. I refuse to go back to where I was. I refuse. I gotta share, right? But anyway, that's the recovery challenge. I wanted to go viral. I want the message to go out. Maybe your message is more powerful than my message. And this is not the challenging thing to do. But I want people to grow consciousness that this is an epidemic that's going on in our country. It's destroying our kids. It's destroying our future. Kids are dying out there because we as parents, well, I not me, but some people as parents don't have the right tool. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to do because they're not in this world. A psychiatrist cannot tell you anything other than that your kid needs rehab, your kids need that. But you have to walk in their shoes. And I'm telling you, there's some hard shoes. This is a rough life. And when you have no one that you care for, or no one cares for you because they gave up on you, because they think that you're an addict, I mean, that you're not going to do anything for yourself, then that person's going to keep on doing it until they die. You don't want that. So let's make that challenge. Let's make this the recovery challenge. Okay? So God bless you all. And let's start today. Get sober.